to see ya. You don't know, I'm your boy Thaddy Luv, your gracious host, anchor man with the verbose, I think that's a word, and toast, and all of those words that rhyme with that. But you are back with another set of Durag news. Welcome. The world is getting real crazy. They really making you trying to choose a side. Now you got to choose a side out here. And division is all I see in the midst of all these decisions. You see what happens? Let's get into the show. We're already well into a week of New York legalization or legalization of marijuana. I know if you're smoking out there, you got a little extra step in your walk nowadays. I would only assume. You know what I mean? Definitely over the weekend, I saw some brothers smoking right across the street from the cops. It was a cool scene. Very cool scene. But yes, please don't just be smoking all day and getting slumping lazy and just not caring about shit. Because let's be honest now. We get you lit, but we also can get you lazy and not caring about much. You know, we got to make sure we got this balance out here because it's about the babies. Because now the kids is really going to want to smoke weed. But you got to know the pros and cons. And the pros and cons is, yes, you'll feel great. You may be able to tap into some shit when you do that. I would only assume. You feel me? But there are vices that can be created. And let's not be, depending on your situation, it could lead to other things if you are digging deep and using these substances to escape your issues. I'm about to drop my phone. Using substances to escape your issues, and your prayers, well wishes to DMX, because that's how you just jump right into that, because these substances that make you avoid your real issues is an issue. Man, I was really thinking about this weed thing, and it's crazy because people are really going to be released from jail. It's definitely not a big penalty. And, it feels a little looser out there when it comes to, like, the stress value of just holding that down, and it's not really that big of a deal. So now it's not a big deal. But what is a big deal is what is to come from this. Because they say the grass is never greener. And because now that we have something new, what else comes with this? That's what I want y'all to think and keep in mind with all this legalization of marijuana. Yes, you may be able to smoke some weed. But make sure you're getting your weed from some real natural shit, because now it's about who has the best weed. Because if you can just get weed, the ones who win is the one with the strong dosage. But now if weed is going to get real strong and strong and strong, how is it getting so strong? Is it moving away from its natural ways of being? Because competition will definitely start with this weed stuff. So be on alert for some weed that is just a little stronger than natural, because that is what's going to be the competition now, I would only assume. Make sure that kids are understanding the whole parameters of this addiction or herb, or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna give you the pros and cons here, because you know what I mean. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Definitely, it shouldn't be as criminalized as it was. So shout out to Cuomo for that one. Cuomo, we didn't forget about you, Mr. Touchy Feely. I understand, but yeah, weed is real, and it can really get you lazy, get you lit, and just be careful about the way you want to escape or find ways to enjoy yourself. Because in the end, the power is when you can make your high naturally. Be high off life. That's what I'm really chasing lately, being high off life. And guess what? A joint, cocaine, sex, food, and all of the vices and things that we find ourselves addicted to will never give you the high, like the appreciation of this thing we call life. Just for another one, just another breath. I'm getting a little doozy out here. You know what I mean? Appreciate what you got. And it is so easy to run away from our problems. It's so easy to ignore them and use every excuse to find reasons why we keep harming ourselves in the midst of trying to ease and numb the pain. Because we just trying to numb the pain out here, because we all going through it. Damn, we all going through it. Don't get this shit twisted. You know what I mean? We all got something going on, and there's a whole bunch of battles that we're fighting. And on top of that, now we got COVID. COVID. COVID done it. COVID done it. And I was speaking to my mother earlier, and I was saying that, you know, our generation, we haven't had a big rift in the world. We didn't really experience a whole bunch of madness in the world, I would think. You know what I mean? We had crazy lives. People have other, you know, situations at home and just individual where it could have been crazy here in America, because, you know, we live in America. You can get it a whole bunch of different ways out here as well. But in the general scheme, in the grand, I don't think our generation has seen the world so split and divided and afraid, confused, and angry. You know what I mean? I think this is a real first for a lot of us. You know what I mean? So we're all going through it at the same time and all trying to process it, and all processing it differently, because we are seeing the cup from every different angle. I'm looking at COVID this way, but you're looking at COVID that way. You're looking at COVID this way. We're all looking at COVID, but the angle that we're seeing it, and the angle that we're seeing the world, and the angle that we're seeing a whole bunch of things, and that's kind of everything. The angle that you see it, that's how you see it. And if somebody else is seeing it in another angle, they'll explain it, and you'll feel that they are wrong because you do not see it the same way. And that's how we build and create more division, because we do not see things the same way. And that's a trap as well. You know what I mean? You do not have to agree with everybody. You do not have to live as the world does. And that's one thing I can get into as well. How we are just so worldly, man. It's time to get back to the family, man. Be a family, man. Come on, son. Family. Because that's all we got. Some of us got some jacked up people in our blood. Some people have the opportunity to actually choose who they want to have in their family. So there's a lot of dynamics when we are dealing with family. But family is very important, and that's what we want regardless, because people will leave their homes and do whatever they need for acceptance, because you have found family. Family is all about that love and that good old acceptance, because you know you got some crazy family members, but you love them and accept them. That's all what we want. You feel me? You know what I mean? The world is getting crazy, man. And division is the name of the game. Divide and conquer is how they do it. And divide and conquer is how they're brewing this whole gumbo up, and we're just eating it right up. You are entitled, once again, to see the world the way you see it, and you may find people who oppose your opinion, which they are entitled to as well. But we gotta find some common ground and some balance out here, because the more lopsided we'll be, we'll never be afloat. And balance is way better when you are floating on the water. I would only assume. But this is pretty smooth. I don't know how long that was going, but that's just how I really felt. Durag News is here for you. I really appreciate y'all for stopping in. Please like, share, subscribe. You know, Thaddy Luv, man, I gotta give it, because I've been giving it so much, so I gotta regurgitate, because we need to be the mirror up to the world that we want to see. And I'm really understanding that and walking in that more. You know what I mean? I can say I want the world to be this, but if I'm not that, then what the fuck is that? So, mirror behavior. You know what I mean? You say the world is jacked up, then you just make sure you ain't jacked up. All right? But in the meantime, let's get into some weather. Sharice's climber, I know she's going to give us some jewels and some gems. And actually, you're going to get to see a little bit of that garden as well. You feel me? Sharice, what's goody?
What it do? What's happening? I'm Shree's Climber, fab as always. I know, you don't have to tell me because I already know. Y'all know I give the realest facts out here that you may not even be aware of, but that is exactly what Durag News is. And thank you for staying tuned all this time because we really appreciate it. Do you feel this warm weather, people? I just love it. It honestly puts people in a good mood, and that's the energy I'm bringing to you today. But we are expecting some rain in New York area this week, so it might bring you in the dump a bit, but keep focused and busy and we'll be all right. Australia is currently underwater, which I'm not surprised because, to be honest, half the world was in 2020, but this country ain't looking too hot right now. According to the Central of Disaster Philanthropy, the area of Sydney had just received 16 to 24 inches of rain, and unfortunately, hundreds of homes were destroyed, leaving the western part of Sydney to evacuate. Even their dam spilled over and topped records. Officials also say that multiple areas in Australia are in $368 million to $500 million in damages. And on top of that, not everyone is insured and have lost everything. Damn. And oh yeah, the panorama is still happening. So there's that. This one blew my mind a bit. According to the United Nations, 1 or 2 billion people still do not have clean water, which is insane to me and sad. But there is a new system that will be helping this. A solar-powered desalination is in place to help with the sanitation crisis. It will not only help alleviate water stress, but lowers the need for diesel-powered systems, which contributes to global warming and to air pollution. The projects are underway in dozens of countries spanning every continent except Antarctica, obviously. But now hear me out about these next two, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. The green architect market is thriving. Innovations are creating solar-powered robots capable of weeding and planting. But a solution has been proven, which is vertical farming. Now, I've been in one before, and it is without incredible to see. Vertical farms typically stack several layers of produce on top of each other, but reducing the amount of space needed to grow fresh fruit, vegetables, and grains. The farms are usually kept indoors or under a cover, and so the need for pesticide use is also reduced and eliminated altogether. Most vertical farms are equipped with low carbon heating technologies and energy efficient LED lighting, which is fabulous. This is actually really important, and I feel more vertical farms will be happening because of global warming. But it's also so crazy that this is what we'd have to do instead of cleaning up the earth. We just find other ways, but I guess that's easier, right? This just seems so artificial to me. And lastly, the lab-grown meat. Ew. Apparently in the UK in 2020, it was approved for sale for the first time. Scientists find that lab-grown meat is ethical and with low carbon food. The cells used to produce these bites come from the biopsies of live animals and do not require slaughter. They are then supplied with nutrients from plants to stimulate the growth. The process of producing lab-grown meat is significantly slower and more expensive though. Large businesses and investors continue to ride the alternative protein wave. Now, this all sounds cool and stuff and saving the animals, but to me it's still super artificial, and how will that affect our health in the long run? I know humans are not even supposed to digest meat and many people are becoming vegan now, but something is so odd about this whole invention. I guess we just need to see more facts, and I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned for the future invention. And now I have some of my fabulous duraggers who have already started beginning their harvesting in their personal garden. Let's check it out, y'all. We here with Thaddy Luv. He's gonna show us his garden and greenhouse.
I can't even take all the credit for this one.
We got Rich also in the cut.
Hello there, people. How you doing?
So, like we always say, you must have the agricultural skills of life. It's not just planting seeds in your garden, planting seeds in your life.
So, follow us in the greenhouse. What we have done is germinated seeds here. There's about 50 different plants. And what we're going to do is plant some more seeds. We got a bunch of our pots here, our starter pots, and our soil. And we have our assortment of seeds. There we have spinach, we have tomato, we have kale, we have cilantro, different types of seeds here. You know, nature is such a beautiful thing because just the combination and the synergy between temperature, water, and soil and seed to make a plant that can be over 10 feet is just incredible to me. Simple, but it's like, wow, nature can do that.
Man, that definitely makes me want to start a garden and buy a greenhouse myself. Is it for you? Or still not making an impact yet? Well, that's fine, because I will be here drilling it in your heads until something clicks. But if you like what we talk about daily, please tell your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your cousin's wife, aunties, uncles, your grandma, your grandpa, your pet, your dog, friend or pet, whatever, to subscribe to Durag News. We really are where it's at, but y'all already knew that. I'm Sharice Klima, signing off.
A million miles and running. Run, baby, run, yeah. Gotta get this money. 1 0 0 0 0 0 0. A million miles and money. Power, mighty, dollar, money, go, man, follow. Working for hours and hours. Looking for time to borrow, but we never find it, no. Just trying to rewind what's gone. Where did all the time go? Hey, we'll never know. Just let it fly, let it flow. I got my eye on the goal. I hit 'em high, hit 'em low. That's how I ride, how I roll. I never hide, I never fold. We gon' get this fettuccine. Plenty for all my people. Bon appetito. Tunnel vision, we don't see you. Nor do we pretend that we do.
Yo, Chaos 3 to the 6 to the O. What's good? How you feeling, my dude?
It's good, y'all. You already know this is Chaos 360, and it's another segment of Durags and Hip Hop. Let's go! First off, I want to talk about how I don't have the mic on. So we got to get the mic to me before I can start.
Yeah, we good. All right. We back at it. Listen, man, I'm glad to see y'all again. I know y'all glad to see my face again on the screen. But I didn't want to come on with this feeling I got right now, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all already know the feeling I got from the news, from the hip-hop media, you know, my man DMX. It's looking crazy, man. And we ain't trying to lose you. I haven't heard anybody talk any, bad about you. Anything, oh, I don't like him because of this, I don't like him because of that. You kind of like got nip reputation, man. You got a clean slate. Even though you're going through your hard times and your, the things you're going through, man, don't worry about it, man. The people got your back, and we hope you come back strong. There's a crazy thing that has been happening to a lot of us black people with music. When we're doing music, we like to do drugs. And somehow when we're doing the drugs, we get through that with music. Like the drugs is not even powerful enough to stop us through our music. Like that's crazy. That's a crazy feeling for us. And just to think about it, slavery, that was like one of the worst times. And we got through it. We still here. They wanted to, keep us underground and finish us. They just want us gone, but we still here, man. So I have a strong feeling that, he's gonna, get well and, get back, man. I don't think he's gonna get back to rap, but it'd definitely be a good feeling just to see him say a couple words. Shout out to his family, everybody that's holding him down. And there's some people out there that's, clout chasing. We can see that. We can see right through it. People that haven't talked to him for years, but now crying on media or, oh, I love you, DMX. Where was the energy? I know when I came up and I talked about him, we had that energy. We could bring clips back to when I talked about DMX. But that's one of my favorite rappers. I actually named my son after, one of his names, Xavier. And, it goes deep. It goes deep. So we feel for you, bro. Get better. That's how we're gonna do this, man.
That was good. And you're right. You know what I mean? And we, yo.
It's just, let me get off that note, though. You know what I mean? That shit was just getting me down. So let's get something that's gonna get me up. No more. But the weed legalization? This is what we was waiting for. Who was waiting for it? Yo, it ain't even 420 yet. They messed up legalizing weed before 420. I think they did that on purpose, though. Are they really gonna try to bring some vendors out on the streets on 420? Like, I don't know what's going on. It better be free, though, because we can't buy weed now. That's not legal. So, Jay-Z, I know you making a killing, because you just got a company that produces weed. Listen, I want to taste that weed, matter of fact. We're going to get some of that. I'm going to try that out. You know what I mean? And I'm going to let them know how I feel about it. But I know you're doing good. You need to get some of these people some jobs because, it's hard out here for a G. You know what I'm saying? Put us down, man. Hold us down. You heard? And you already know how we do. This is Kaous 360. You know how I smash these segments. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Till next time. Bow!
Prayers go out to DMX. It's a very crucial thing. And just as a young black man, especially a New Yorker, we all love DMX, man. That's DMX. Woo! DMX is the man. A man who's been through a lot. And a man who actually has a story that, as crazy as it may seem, is not uncommon to the average black man. Again and again, we can go with the black man's plight. No one wants to hear it. But damn, that is definitely a black man's plight. And he was fighting a fight that was a war that was waged on us years ago. I know some will say people do not need excuses or they shouldn't give them excuses. You know what you're doing. And that's true. But we also must realize that this is a thing that a lot of people are battling. And this is not an uncommon thing, as unfortunate as it is. As much as COVID has killed people, drug addiction and drug overdose is a big issue as well in this country. But yet, we saying get these vaccines, but we're not saying get these drug addicts some help. It's not the same energy. Let's just be honest. But nevertheless, it's not about the blame game right now, because that's just the circle and the matrix playing tricks on my mind. I want to start singing. It's not about that right now. But drug addiction, drug abuse, the runaway, it's all about the runaway and the easing of the pain. Because we got some pain out here. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain out here. There's a lot of anguish. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of confusion. And drugs and the heavier doses of those things can really have you just numb to the hurt of the real. Because this real shit can be a bag of bullshit. For real. But if you know somebody that is in a situation like that, please send your love, concern, and care. I know it's not easy because I know people actually who know people like that probably have conversations with them and trying to steer them another way. But that's a real hard bug to shake, I'm sure. So it's not easy. DMX is not the only one, but he was one of the chosen ones. Definitely a prophet, I would think. You know what I mean? When he performs and just the energy and words and the conviction, you know what I mean? It is very taken in because you can really feel what that man has felt. That's the power of music and that's the power of vibration. So make sure your vibes is right. Make sure your vibes is right, son. But nevertheless, drugs is a terrible thing. In your mind is a terrible thing to waste. Stay drug free, babies. It's not what you really want to get into. You know what I mean? Figure out how you can get some of your endorphins and your adrenochrome. What are all the other words that will get that you love to crave, that high feeling? Because we're all just chasing the high. Sometimes it can be athletic, like I was saying before. It could be food, it could be sex. It's the vice, baby. It's your vices. And your vices will make you have bad decisions because your addiction is blinding your convictions. Woo! Your addictions are blinding. Your addictions are blinding your convictions. We got to make sure that we are tapping in with ourselves to understand that we are the ones that actually can save ourselves. Support is great. Love and compliments and kudos are appreciated and well received. But it comes to a point where we have to take responsibility for our choices and our actions. I think about our ancestors. I think about the people who came before us and, you know, the world and the things that they've been through. You know what I mean? We come from some mighty shit. And that's why I love the skin that I'm in. You know what I mean? We come from some mighty shit. We have to know that. And the simple thing to make you understand or make you love the skin that you're in, just think about all the things that your ancestors have been through. Think about all the things that they have triumphed and overcome and even still battling with. But in the midst, we are still here. Crazy. DMX is not looking good, but he's still fighting. You know, we come from that. That's in your DNA. We fight. And we somehow really understand how to make lemon out of lemonade. But drugs are a big distraction. Drugs are a big crutch. And drugs are actually pushed on us in this music and in television and really makes it seem like this shit is cool. Smack is whack. We got to get back to smack is whack. Smack is whack. Smack is whack, y'all. Cliche, whack. But let's be honest. Drugs is real cool in the party. Drugs is real cool in the turn up. But when you by yourself and can't be by yourself and you need another fix just so you can ignore all your crazy thoughts, that's whack. And let's not act like that's not why we do it. And let's not act like that's what you're not going through. Because it also makes you paranoid. And in the midst of all of what was going on with all these false truths and half-truths, and we don't really know which way is up. Which way is up? Paranoia is at a big high. Stress, anxiety, man, I feel like I can't stop. I gotta keep going. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. All I know is keep going. Little engine that could type shit, because it's crazy out here. We're living in a crazy world. We're living in a changing world. But we gotta hold on. I said, we can complain. I'm a deep-rooted person. Stay rooted, stay true, because in the midst of a storm, the stronger the roots are of the tree, we'll leave it where it needs to be. I love it. It comes naturally. All right? What's next? It's so funny that we're really living in a forget-me world. The big thing last week was Nas X and his bloody shoes. Bloody shoes. Is that something? Yeah. But now it's really not that big of a deal. In another few weeks, we wouldn't even think about it. So remember, they just throw stuff in your face to make you forget about yesterday, but things that are happening today are real. Like these vaccines. At this point, you gotta talk real smooth and careful about these things. You know how they do with your platforms. But damn, I know it's a toss-up for a lot of people. You know what I mean? At this point, you gotta do what's best for you, for your sanity, because now it's all about sanity. You know what I mean? I don't think they're gonna really make it mandatory at the moment, but they're definitely making it highly, highly suggested. So it's kind of hard for you to ignore it and avoid it. Woo! You can't avoid this vaccine, even if you wanted to. You're gonna have to deal with it some kind of way, shape, or form, and your yes or no is really going to have the impact on your coming future. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Do your research, do what you can, but then these vaccines are here and they don't look like they're going nowhere. But speaking of vaccines, I have a family friend who actually took the vaccine and got into a coma. She goes by the name of Adriana Ponte. Sending love and well wishes to her right now and a speedy recovery. She's asked for a donation. She opened a GoFundMe. This young lady took the vaccine for her job, got into a coma, lost her memory, had to learn how to walk, eat, and just has a whole bunch of medical bills that she has to take care of right now, and she needs a little assistance. So if you do want to support, please do. But, you know, we don't hear too many stories like this, and we need to make sure that people who actually are affected by doing what they're asking us to do are taken care of as well. That's it. I don't want to talk your ears off. I'm going to wrap it up. You know what I mean? But sometimes when I get these thoughts, I got to let the people know, man, because I'm just seeing it from my perspective. You know what I mean? I ain't perfect, but I think my perspective may have something for you to consider. Nevertheless, I'm your boy, Thaddy Luv. Thank you for tuning in always and forever. Right? I was watching that versus battle. Steve Harvey, sit your ass down. Steve Harvey, sit your ass down. Like, you know, you don't, no disrespect, but you like the old uncle that's just getting a little in the way. Just getting a little in the way. Just getting a little bit in the way. But we fuck with you, but just get out of the way, Steve Harvey. Somebody tell Steve Harvey, I said, we fuck with you, but just get out of the way. We good. You here. We see you. Nevertheless, it's something to say about old age. Man, them dudes age so well. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that long life. All right? You know what I mean? We young. You know, we carefree at times. It's all about right now, but I'm not mad at some grays. I'm actually looking forward to some of my grays because I know I'm only going to start looking better. And people like me age fine like that wine does, all right? And that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm asking for, that old, good vintage, all right? So look forward to the old age. Do what you got to do. Take care of your body right now so you can be smooth in your upper ages and things like that. All right? But nevertheless, Steve Harvey, you know what I mean, just kind of get out the way sometimes. But nevertheless, rock your cool hats. Make sure your wave caps is right. I got some braids under here, or some dread braids, and I got to make sure my shit is getting protected. So do what you got to do. Take care of your hair because we care. Keep some juice on there. I mean, juices and berries, shit like that, whatever you can find. But till next time, I'm your boy, Thaddy Luv. Please like, share, subscribe. Go tell a friend and go tell a friend to tell them again and again and again. You know how it goes. Keep that Durag energy, strong Allen, we out here. And it's only up for us. Because I see the future. It's looking pretty bright. Because you're walking with the light. That's it. Up and out shit.
We are